Good morning, everyone. My name is Natasha, and I'm going to be informing you about a very controversial issue that is happening for years: gun control or gun violence. Gun control refers to the laws and policies that regulate the manufacture, sale, transfer, possession, and use of firearms. Debates over gun control often center around balancing public safety and individual rights. In many countries, especially the United States, gun violence, including mass shootings, suicides, and homicides, is a major public health issue, prompting ongoing discussions about stricter gun laws and background checks. On a quiet morning in 2012, students at Sidney Hook Elementary School were preparing for holidays when their lives were shattered by a mass shooting that claimed 26 lives, most of them young children. The tragedy sparked nationwide outrage and renewed debates about gun control. Yet years later, similar incidents continue to occur, leaving many to wonder how many more lives must be lost before change happens.
My mom got me the perfect bag for back to school.
These colorful binders help me stay organized.
These headphones are just what I need for studying.
These new sneakers are just what I needed for the new year.
This jacket is a real must-have.
My parents got me the skateboard I wanted. It's pretty cool.
These scissors really come in handy in art class. These colored pencils, too.
These new socks, they can be a real lifesaver.
I finally got...
Gun violence refers to the use of firearms to cause harm, including homicide, suicide, accidental shootings, and mass shootings. Gun control is the effort to regulate the availability and use of firearms through laws such as background checks, restrictions on certain weapons, and license requirements. This issue remains highly relevant today due to the alarming frequency of gun-related incidents, particularly in the United States, with thousands of deaths and injuries each year. Gun violence affects communities, schools, and families nationwide. It raises critical questions about public safety, mental health, and constitutional rights, making it one of the most urgent and controversial social issues of our time. Stricter gun control laws are essential to reducing gun violence and ensuring public safety. While the Second Amendment protects the right to bear arms, that right should come with reasonable responsibilities and safeguards. Measures such as universal background checks, waiting periods, red flag laws, and bans on high-capacity magazines can significantly lower the risk of mass shootings, suicides, and accidental gun deaths. Studies have shown that countries with tighter gun regulation experience fewer firearm-related fatalities. By implementing common-sense laws, we can protect both individual rights and the collective well-being of our communities. Giffords Law Center to Prevent Gun Violence. This organization provides extensive research showing that states with stronger gun laws have lower rates of gun death. Their data supports policies like background checks, permit requirements, and safe storage laws as effective in reducing gun-related incidents. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. The CDC tracks firearm-related death and consistently reports high rates of gun homicide and suicides in the U.S. Their research highlights guns as leading cause of death for children and teens, emphasizing the urgency of preventive measures. Harvard School of Public Health studies from Harvard reveal a strong correlation between high gun ownership and increased firearm suicide and homicide rates. They also point out that guns in the home significantly raise the risk of accidental shootings and domestic violence fatalities. Johns Hopkins Center for Gun Violence Solutions. This research center advocates for evidence-based policies like extreme risk protection orders, red flag laws, and licensing requirements. Their study demonstrates that such laws can reduce gun death without broadly infringing on gun ownership. Different perspective. Supporters argue that stronger gun laws save lives by reducing access to firearms among dangerous individuals. They believe universal background checks, waiting periods, and bans on assault weapons can prevent mass shootings, suicide, and accidental death. Advocates often cite countries like Australia or the UK, where strict laws have led to significantly lower gun violence rates. Some opponents argue that gun control infringes on the Second Amendment right to bear arms. They believe responsible gun ownership deters crime and that criminals will obtain guns regardless of law. Some also argue that mental health, not gun availability, is the root cause of many violent incidents and should be the focus of reform. Some people advocate for a balanced approach, supporting certain regulations like background checks and red flag laws, while opposing outright bans on gun ownership. They argue for common sense measures that protect public safety without infringing on constitutional rights. While the right to bear arms is a constitutional freedom, implementing stricter gun control laws is necessary to reduce gun violence and protect public safety through responsible, common-sense regulations. Research and expert analysis constantly show that gun violence poses a serious threat to public safety, especially in countries with loose firearm regulation. Data from resources like the DCC, Harvard, and the Gifford Law Center reveal that stricter laws such as background checks, licensing, and red flag laws are effective in lowering rates of gun-related death. Different perspectives exist, but the evidence strongly supports the idea that responsible gun control measures can save lives while respecting individual rights. Here are some solutions and actions. Universal background checks, red flag laws, mandatory safe storage laws, limit access to high-capacity weapons, invest in mental health services, and gun violence research fundings. Some future research should be to impact universal background checks, effectiveness of red flag laws, gun ownership and crime deterrence, community-based prevention programs, and international comparisons.